everybody, this is Christy with Little Roots Ranch, and today I am so excited because I'm going to share our 2022 plans for the greenhouse. As you know, this greenhouse is brand new to me, and this coming growing year will be my first year growing in it, and I'm really excited. So the greenhouse is 30 feet wide, 48 feet long, and it is perfect. I am so excited. I purchased this greenhouse from Stuber's Distributing in Snohomish with the help of a NRCS grant, the High Tunnel grant, and I've laid out what my plans are for growing in it, and I can't wait to share those with you. If you have any, in watching this, any comments, feedback, things that worked for you, things that didn't work, or lessons learned, please share those with me, because honestly, this is my very first time, and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing. I've tried to do my research, and I want to share my journey so people can learn from me or whatever. But yeah, I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and go inside. I'll show you a little more of the greenhouse, and then we'll talk more about the plan and those crazy turkeys. Okay, so this is the greenhouse. There is still the construction materials in it and all of that, so I'm still working on that. Currently, I've just used it to shoot videos and stuff. I need to get compost back here and wood chips. I am doing no-till. But as you can see, look at all those strong trusses. I made those, and those will support all of our yummy tomatoes and cucumbers and everything. So in just a moment, we'll get right to the plan. Turkeys. Okay, so loosely, this is my plan. Where I filmed earlier, where I was standing right in front, was right there. And then this is the door. Everything shaded in black is gonna be wood chip walkways, and everything in green is gonna be a crop. And so, like I said, it's 30 by 48, and each of these little boxes equals 2 feet. So my beds will be 2 and/or 4 feet. And then some of these, obviously this one's a 2. And then my walkways will all be 2 feet, except for right here will be 4 feet, where I could have like seed starting trays in the middle and stuff like that. So this is basically my plan. So I'm gonna put 43 tomatoes of the slicer tomatoes or beefsteak, oops, my thing isn't matching right. And then here, put 43 cherry tomatoes. On the top one, I'm gonna put 14 Oregon Spring tomatoes on the first half, and on the second half, 14 tomatillo plants, and then 21 cucumber for the first wave. But then about mid-season or earlier in the season, I'll plant a second wave of more cucumbers. I'm gonna do these two, all peppers, 2 rows of 86 peppers. The, what's it called? I believe these are 12, sorry, I should have said that earlier. The slicer tomatoes are 12 inches apart, so are the cherry tomatoes, and the Oregon Spring are, 18 inches apart, and same with the tomatillos. The cucumbers are, and these are all, sorry, this is trained to single liter, double liter. Cucumbers are single liter and 12 inches apart. The peppers they're in each row, so obviously there's 2 rows, but each row they're gonna be double headed, so there'll be 2 of them planted 6 inches from each other, and then they'll be a foot apart going down. Here in these 2 beds, we'll have strawberries. There'll be 174 plants. I forget the spacing, but I think it's like, is it 12 inches, 6 inches? I really can't remember. I did the math though on another thing. And then down here, I'm gonna have half eggplants and then half peas for early season, but the peas finish up about mid-early summer, so I have to figure out what I'm gonna put in there, or just to keep an overflow. So that's kind of a brief run through. And so the way that would look, hello again. So the way that would look would be slicer tomatoes, walkway, cherry tomatoes, walkway, then my Oregon Spring, which are a determinate tomato. I'm also gonna grow all the types of tomatoes out in the field as well to do like a compare and contrast. And then the tomatillos, and then cucumbers. And where I'm standing will be the 4-foot walkway. And so it's a little wider. The point for that is to get a wheelbarrow in here. but also like to have 10, 20 trays of seed starts. And so right underneath the sun, and that way they just start those kind of like a mini prop house. I don't have a propagation house yet, but it's on my list of things to make. I don't know if it'll happen this year, but maybe fall of 2022. Fingers crossed. I've got the glass for it, so I just need to build it. But time is a limited resource, right? Then, right about here will be those 2 rows of all the peppers, and then the strawberries, and then lining the wall over there will be the eggplants for half of it, and then over here will be the peas, and then I'm not sure what to grow after the peas. I think I'm just gonna plan to leave it open and kind of see how it goes, because I'm not 100% sure like what I should be putting in there, or like how, I don't know. I've never grown in a greenhouse, so I don't know how that works with like disease or things like that, which is why another reason I'm also going to be growing everything that's going to be in here is also going to be out in the field. One, just to compare and contrast, but also just in case I've never greenhouse, you know, it's a different environment, you know, like right now you can see the humidity on the plastic, and you know, like it's new to me. I don't know if it's going to be too hot, or, you know, like it's all a journey. And of course I'll record through the year and give greenhouse tours and updates. And you know, it's crazy to think about being in this greenhouse with all of the vegetables that should be here in the summer, but oh, it is so exciting. So again, that's my plan. I hope that, I don't know if you can see it or see me or whatever, but I hope that I did a good job of explaining that, and I hope that it's easy to understand. And please, if you have like any comments to add, or things that you think I missed, or if you think my spacing is too loose or too tight, I am, you know, my focus is, I am a farmer, so I know that my spacing is a lot closer than you would find in, and this is important actually, but I tend to space things a little closer than like say an average home garden. And the reason for that is because I am dedicated to growing crops, and they're like my time, that is my full-time job, is to grow vegetables, where a lot of people don't have that luxury. And so with that, I'm able to ensure that the proper watering is going on, or growing the cover crops, or, you know, mulching, adding the compost, all of the things that allows the plant to need a little less room without sacrificing yield and stuff like that. So important to know that, you know, if you have a full-time job and a full family, and the garden is kind of something that's done on the weekends, 1 foot spacing on tomatoes and having that many plants, it's going to be really tough. But if you have a little more time to dedicate it, or it's your family's like sole food source, you know, then go for it. You know, like it's all, everybody needs to figure out exactly what works for them. And this is my starting spot. So I may be, a year from now, I may be saying my tomatoes are going to be 2 feet apart or 6 inches apart. Probably not. I think that I'm at the closest spacing, but you know what I mean? Or I might, you know, redo it. I've thought about toying with, you know, growing garlic and early garlic in the greenhouse and having it out by like May or something like that, and giving me plenty of time to get tomatoes in here. And I don't know, it's just so exciting. But I hope that you enjoyed the tour. I hope that I was clear about it, and I hope that you follow along and see the journey through the spring and the summer, and see how close I come to my plan. It's really scary to put your plan online, because, you know, what if I mess up or whatever? But you know what? That's okay. It's part of the journey, and I'm here to share it. And thank you for watching.